exactly what's going on because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane, got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light. See the light.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss a woman's ass. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my nip.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason. Ladies and gentlemen. Hey. I'm back in the building, and I'm ready to start a fight. I know. But I gotta do it, Mimi. This is what we've been doing for a long time here. If the voice of reason doesn't engage in riveting conversation, what is our purpose? If this is your first time tuning into the Voice of Reason, here's a little bit of something of what we do. It's a relationship roundtable where we bring women from all walks of life to jump in here and get down with the get down. A real conversation. Who wants to tell the truth? Who wants to talk about relationships and their problems and their issues? We do. That's what the Voice of Reason does here. As is commonplace, before I even get to the topic, you already know what it is that I got to do. I got to promote some businesses, and I got to introduce some folk.
All right.
You in the dig?
Mm-hmm.
When I tell you it's about to be crazy in here today. People get mad at me because I do these topics, but I don't mind. I must. We must discuss. The Voice of Reason is live on Dash Talk X. I'm Zoe Williams, the Voice of Reason. If you're ready to get down, let's get down. I want you to share this video. All my people on YouTube who are watching the live broadcast of the show, let me tell you one place to go where the audio is perfect, yo. DashRadio.com or the Dash Radio app. The audio is never fugazi on the app. I keep trying to tell a lot of my friends who watch the show via my Mevo feed, it struggles with Tri-Fi. Not Wi-Fi, Tri-Fi, because it keeps trying to get on.
Okay.
And it keeps dropping the feed. It's Tri-Fi.
Mm-hmm.
This is a luxury. This isn't how the show is supposed to be. We came in here and found a way to hustle a video out of a radio program. That's all we did.
Right.
You mean we could film ourselves?
We gonna do it.
We gonna do it.
With a Mevo.
We didn't ask about any Wi-Fi loads capacities.
Right.
We didn't ask. We just did it. So look, if you're struggling to hear, all you got to do is open up another browser, go to .com, find -talk. It's 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on the West Coast. Very simple. Find -talk X, and we're on live, and you could hear that audio. Now, to today's topic, which is another Pickem. You know, I'm start doing Pickems.
Not Pickems.
Pickems.
Oh, shoot. Pick it out.
You can only pick one. You can't have them both. You can only pick one. Last week, it was bread or dick for the ladies. Bread. Security. You know what comes with bread. Bread is money, power, security. It's all of that, right? But no dick. Or team dick. Team phallus.
Right.
You know what comes with team phallus? Especially if it's good phallus for you guys. Camaraderie, warmth, love, cheating.
Usually it's the money that's cheating.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah.
That was our guest. She wasn't supposed to speak, but I didn't say nothing.
I apologize. I wasn't told the rules.
She funny little motherfucker. Ladies and gentlemen, I've got a couple things to promote. Number one, the Relationship Dismount audiobook. Do I have a copy? Did I leave the Relationship Dismount somewhere? I got it somewhere. It should be somewhere. It might be in that backpack over there. The Relationship it's an old dusty copy of it right here. This is the paperback version, by the way. Okay? This is now on Audible.
And y'all need that.
And it's the #1 release, Amazon hot release in divorce.
#1.
#1 hot release in divorce. Now, it's sad that it always goes to the divorce thing because they think it's a breakup book.
Right.
But it's not. It's a breakup, wake up, make up book.
Right.
If you sleeping on some dumb shit purposely, this will wake you up.
Right.
If you need to break up, this will help you break up.
Right.
But if you need to make up, this will help you do that too. This is why I always tell people, even if you're in a very good relationship, you should read this with your partner. Why? Because it's not just a book, it's a workbook. At the end of every chapter, there are exercises that you must complete in order to matriculate to the next chapter. Do the reading.
Oh, I see.
I didn't read my own book. I had someone else do it.
Oh, I see. They wanted you to do the
They wanted me to read it.
Right.
I said, listen here. I done wrote the book, goddammit, I'm busy.
Right.
I hired somebody else to do it, and he did an amazing job.
Right.
I'm going to tell you right now. The Relationship Dismount, How to Stick the Landing When Exiting a Toxic Relationship is available on Audible. Get it now.
Now.
When, Mimi?
Right now. Right now, okay?
Not right now, but...
Right now.
But right now.
Right. On the right side of the game.
I'm telling you. This is a serious situation, so I want everybody to jump in, chime in, and check it out. Now, the other thing I got, total package energy. I keep telling people, if you drive cross country and you're not on putting live, you need total package energy.
Yeah.
It's better than 5-hour energy. It's better than Red Bull. It's better than all that. Total package energy. If you drive Uber, you know Uber done flipped it to the point where you're not making no money, hella money during the week unless you're in a major city. You know, you get Late night weekends driving people from the club. Now they're going to throw up in your car. But no, but seriously, if you want to stay sober, you want to be sharp late night, Total Package Energy. Go to totalpackageenergy.com. Tell them Zoe Williams sent you here.
Right now.
You under dig? Now, I'm done with promoting. I got to get to this topic. Now, as is commonplace, a lot of people get on my case because they think I'm the one who creates these topics. I create a lot of them. But at the same time, a lot of topics come from women. Mm-hmm. The number to dial is 323-230-4610. That's 323-230-4610. The Voice of Reason is live. We're 12 minutes into the show, and it's time for today's topic. You might not like it, but we got to do it. Got to do it, Jesus.
We got to do it, huh?
Today's topic. Let me ask real quick. Sister, what's your name?
My name is Carmen Barton.
All right, Carmen.
Carmen Barton. Carmen Barton, I just met her. She just did fly-ass demo for Dash Comedy. I was listening. Shit was hilarious, by the way. I was outside the door listening. She talented. Marcus was like, put her on the show. Los Angeles?
Yes, I live in Inglewood.
Inglewood, but you're originally from?
Ferguson, Missouri.
Yes. How long have you been on the west side in Inglewood?
I've been in Inglewood, about 3 years.
3 years. Do you like it?
Yes.
Different than Ferguson, yeah?
Well, I've been in Los Angeles for a little over a decade. So before I lived in Inglewood, I lived in a jungle, and so
the jungle.
Yeah, I miss living there.
You like the jungle?
Mm-hmm. I did. I liked it there. But I like Inglewood as well. I travel a lot, so I'm rarely home for lengths of time. But when I am, I like where I live.
And you traveling because you're a comic?
Yes, I'm a professional stand-up comedian.
Absolutely, and you out there getting your paper on the street.
Of course.
That's how it works. Listen, if I haven't learned anything from Corey Holcomb, he'll tell you. You get out there and you do your shit on the road, them people will come see you year after year after year after year. It's almost like family members.
Yes.
Especially if you keep it real and you talented and you deliver every time, they'll come see you forever. The streets will always with you. That's what Corey be saying. Yeah.
That's right.
I'm not a comic, so I don't know.
I actually worked with Corey for a few years. I was his opening act, and I have to say that he taught me how to ultimately make money on the road.
Do you see?
Beyond.
So Corey know that hustle.
A lot of my hustle. And then I'm really into fashion, so what he showed me, I used and flipped it over a few times, and now he be like calling me like, what you selling now? What's hot? What's in the store? So we shop together and kind of put things together as far as merchandise and stuff like that. And so that's the homie.
I love it. Are y'all ready for today's topic? Mimi is in the building.
What's up?
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
All right.
Peaches is not here. You know why?
Mm-hmm.
She's with Herb.
She's...
You know what?
Here you go. Reunite. That's the drunk uncle version. Anyway, yes. Peaches called me and was like, it's raining. I'm not coming. I said, really? You gonna front on me because of the rain? I said, it's okay, Peaches. You are.
I am not. If I didn't have to be here, I wouldn't be here either.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Listen, don't get offended by the questions I'm about to ask, and let me tell you the rules. Because she said she didn't ask a whole lot of questions. And that's for the sake of framing up today's topic. So don't try to answer them yet. But if you hear one that you like, can you
answer for it? Hold it in your head. And then when I come to you, you can answer. Yeah?
I'm going to have to write mine down because I've been up forgot.
You know what? That's right.
So resist the temptation to answer.
I got to do it. Last week's show, we did Pickems. You got to pick between two things. You can't have no goddamn gray area. It's either one or the other. The last show was pick between, money, power, and resources, and sex, intimacy, security, and comfort, and all. Well, not security, but comfort. Relational
Why not
stuff.
Security?
Because security goes on the money side.
Does it?
Yeah, that's the money side. Security.
Well, what's secure?
Answer questions?
Oh, I'm
right.
sorry.
Look,
Go ahead.
I'm
about to get my mic turned off the first 3 minutes.
So, again, today's topic is another pick'em around a central topic that I think affects our relationships really, really really, really, like, it affects us really badly. And that's our relationship with the church. Pick 'em. Ladies, it's 85% population in the African American church. 85% population of female women. Sisters make up 85% of the population of the African American church. Only 15% of the brothers. If you had to pick only one, who would you pick between Jesus and the black man, your brother? I know it's hard.
No, it's not. I'm sorry.
Who you choosing? Jesus or the black man? The number to dial is 233-230-4610. Call us right now. Sister, if you had to give up one, which one would it be? The black man or Jesus? Should black women choose Jesus over black men? Sister, oh God, this is tough. Sisters, who can do more for you? Jesus or the black man? God, I know these questions hurt. Are black pastors keeping black women single and lonely? Does your pastor have too much control over your relationship status? How healthy is your relationship with your pastor? Does the concept of being born in sin make sisters complacent regarding their shortcomings? They can always ask for forgiveness and never really deal with it. Jesus. Sister, did Jesus promise you a God-fearing man as long as you're faithful? Look at me.
I'm cringing in my seat.
I know.
Ain't it hard not to talk?
You know?
Ain't it hard? I know it's hard. Pick 'em, Jesus or your brother. If you had to give up one, which would it be? The black man or Jesus? The phone lines are open, 323-230-4610. Do you believe that African American women, for the most part, have a toxic relationship with the church? Mimi.
When it comes to the church, first of all, I love Jesus. Let be clear, okay? But when it comes to the church, the church is a hospital full of sick people. Some got cancer. Somebody got a brain tumor. Somebody just got a broken leg. So there's different levels of the game where these people are. And so some of them are outright disrespectful because they not really who they say they are when they church. So when you deal with those type of people, then that's where you receive tumor. They don't they Bible highlighting, judging everybody up in the church, getting your word and speaking against your word. So I said all that to say that's where the toxicity comes in. But at the same time, you know, you go to church, and again, it's the hospital, and so some people are getting help. They're getting that broken leg put in the cast, and they're able to walk again. You feel me? So it's different levels of the game.
Who you choosing though?
Who am I choosing?
You can only choose one: Jesus or the brother.
Well, first of all, Jesus is black.
No.
So Jesus is a brother. What she's saying.
Jesus is a brother, so I'm gonna stay down with Jesus and the brothers.
Hell nah. You gotta choose between Jesus or your brother.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what, Jesus is my Lord and Savior, baby, and I know He been saving me. So this is like really hurts me.
You gotta choose one.
It hurts me to choose, but I choose Jesus.
Oh, there we go. The numbers are
because He's black and He saved a wretch like me.
Somebody call me. 23230-4610. Call me right now.
I love you, black men.
Our guest is in the building. Tell them your name and where they can follow you on social media.
My name is Carmen Barton. Follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is Carmen Comedy, CarmenComedy.
Oh, I love it. Your response to the question.
So before I respond to the question, just let me give you all a little bit of history on me. So I'm a 42-year-old single mother. I have 3 children, 23, 21, and 18. One of my sons is here with us, but he's not here, but he's here. So anyway, and my mother is actually a pastor. So I grew up in the church, grew up Kojic, and my mother is a pastor, and she currently serves as a clergy at a local hospital in Ferguson, Missouri. So, with that being said, and me having knowledge of the interworkings of the church and lots of relationship experience, I can, answer this question from not only my own personal experiences and opinions, but ones that I have seen, relationships that I have seen. So, if you choose Jesus, if you choose the church, I believe that Jesus and the church are 2 separate entities, because you can go to a certain church and you may not be getting what you need from Jesus in that church. It's the right church for the right person at the right time, etc. It's 15% male and the rest female, but most of those churches, the 15% male is sleeping with 40% of the women that's in there. So,
hallelujah.
But I honestly believe that if you choose Jesus, then He will give you both. So it's kind of like you don't have to choose, because He's going to give you everything that you need.
Hold on, Carmen. You know what you effectively doing?
I'm cheating, but
yes, you're changing the rules. I gave you the rules. One or the other.
If we have to rephrase this and say, if I have a choice whether to stay in bed with my man or get up and go to church, I'm gonna stay in bed with my man.
Hallelujah. Welcome home, sister.
But it's not and I don't care what y'all say, I was going to hell anyway before I said that. Ooh. So it ain't like because I said that now I'm going to hell. Shit. The Lord know what that D do.
But you know what? I think it's just an unfair question in so many levels of the game, because I've seen family members been by the doctor saying, hey, they're about to pass away. And I've seen somebody come in there and pray, and the Holy Ghost come, and this person lived 4 more years. I've seen it. I've seen it. So when you look at stuff like that, it's an unfair question, because, of course, I love my black man. I roll for... No, I'm just saying, I roll with the black man. I got to keep it 1,000. It's been hard for me to even answer these questions. You feel me?
I've seen women stay in the church and save and serve the church, and I've seen God send that woman a man. I've seen it. I
want to hear from the ladies that have received a parcel from God. Man inside. Call me right now. The number to dial is 323-230-4610. Hold on, baby. I know that you passionate. I know. Here we go. Callers, you're on the line. You got to turn your life down.
All right. Is this me?
Yeah, you're on the line, man. What's up?
Cool. What's up, man? This is Treys from Montgomery, Alabama.
You know, your phone sounds terrible, but I hope it recovers.
I appreciate it, man. Yo, I really believe that we're screwed as black men if our women won't even accept the fact that this white Jesus Jesus.
Hold on, let me stop you, Trey. Trey, while the phone lines are relatively open, you should hang up and call back because this
my phone's fucking up.
Yeah, this crack pop. What is it? Snap, crackle, pop is not gonna work for us right now.
Oh, it just fixed.
Did it?
All right, brother.
All right, just call me back though. All right.
All right.
Right back.
All right.
All right. All right, let's go to the next one. Caller, you're on the line. What's your name and where you calling from? Caller? I can hear
Hello?
you. Yeah, you. Caller, you're on the line. What's up?
Hi, my name is
You have to turn your video down.
Me?
Yes, you're on the line, baby. You're live on the air. 10 million people listening to you fumble around. Now turn down that damn video and get into the conversation.
Okay, I'm in the conversation. Here's my thing. We, as African Americans, so-called, what?
Ma'am.
Okay, maybe I don't think that's me.
You on them drugs now. This is the last time I'm going to tell you. Don't come in here on them drugs, okay?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
She on top of a black man right now while she calling.
Are you ready, ma'am? Can you speak?
Yes, I am.
Okay, well, I'm going to need you to speak clearly so we can hear you.
Okay, so... Hello?
I can't do it. All right. Caller, you're on the line. What's your name and where you calling from? Welcome to the Williams Voice of Reason show.
Hi, my name is Kevin Robinson, calling from Baltimore, Maryland.
Baltimore, Maryland in the building.
Hello.
What's going on, bro?
I just want to comment on the topic about Jesus or black men. I find it very interesting because a lot of women, okay, this is why we're having a problem that we're having in our community, which I'm glad you brought this subject up. Because this is what the sister Mimi said when she mentioned about someone being healed at a hospital. What she failed to realize is that when it's dealing with prayer, you don't pray for selfish reasons, number one. So when you're dealing with selfish reasons, you have to look at the situation where when that prayer was happening, it was happening because that individual who lived for 4 years, as she just said, was serving a purpose for the greater good, not for the individual.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. So a lot of people don't understand when people talk about prayer, you don't pray for self. You always pray for the greater good. No one does that.
Let me ask you a question. Who you choosing, Jesus or us?
Say it again.
Who you choosing, Jesus or us?
Oh, I'm 100% us. That's why I'm calling right now. It's ridiculous for anybody to sit here and choose religion over their people. That makes no sense. That makes absolutely. Religion is a code of conduct. Religion is not spirituality. Has
Hallelujah.
nothing to do with spirituality whatsoever. Spirituality involves alchemy.
Mimi has something to say to you. She does.
Well, what it is the question wasn't presented that way, the way you just said. The question is presented, choose one. Now, first of all, I have a high spirituality, and so therefore I haven't even been into a
church as a member in many years. I chose spirituality. The reason I said Jesus, because that is my spirituality out of black man and Jesus. Those two choices is the Jesus choice is more of the spirituality angle. But I said all that to say is that I love my black brothers, but I love my spirituality, and I know what God has brought me from. As many times I almost lost my life, so I'm gonna keep on praising God. You feel me? But at the same time, I love. Wait, but listen, I'm telling my story. But at the same time, no, I love my black brothers, and to the day I die, I will. You feel me? When I find one that loves me the way I know Jesus loves me, then we can ride or die. But some of these brothers, they playing games with you. So how can I choose the game player over somebody who's helping me to live each day and be blessed and put food on my table? I'm just saying.
Hey, but I
Hold on one second, caller. I'm gonna come back to you. Carmen has something to say as well.
I just want to say, hey, high five, Mimi. Even though I disagree, I actually agree with the caller. I actually feel like, like I said, I would choose, the black man because I don't combine spirituality with the church in essence. I have a church that I belong to, and I was just in church the first day of the year on New Year's Day. I work a lot, so I don't go as much as I would like, but I agree with what part of what you're saying too, but I feel like you can't put everything into I'm gonna focus on this church and focus on what this pastor saying.
I'm not doing the church and the pastor. I'm talking about spirituality.
And even spirituality, I feel like you have to, if you don't let the black man in, then how are you gonna ever find anybody? How are you ever gonna find the one that is gonna treat you right and is gonna do this? Right. If you go into the spiritual things for everything and you never let the black man in, you'll never get a chance to find someone who will give you what you need. And I feel like with Christ, all things are possible. He's going to make everything for you. That's why I feel like it is kind of an unfair question.
Listen, let me.
Black man.
It is a black and white question, ladies and gentlemen. That's what it is now. We got to deal with the rules. Caller, go ahead.
Show me somebody who says that they know spirituality and they don't have a periodical table in their house. They don't know what they're talking about. So another thing is I don't understand how someone can be around you, Zoe, a man of your intelligence, where you made clear on many occasions there is no such thing as Jesus. We know that this is a fabricated individual, and this is the problem that we have as black men. These sisters will not accept that. Okay, and we understand that ignorance is defined as one who denounces the truth because it doesn't fit their narrative. When you refuse to accept
Wait,
reality,
hold on. He getting a little head of steam. Let's let him have a little something, and then I'm gonna come back to the ladies in the building. Finish your thought, caller.
Well, I'll repeat what I say. I say ignorance is defined as one who denounces the truth because it doesn't fit their narrative. When you have a man who's standing in front of you, your black man, and he's telling you what you practice is not real. That man you pray to does not exist. And you choose not to accept that truth. That makes you ignorant, and that makes him a fool to stay with you.
Lord have mercy, Jesus.
So what is your
all right, now let the hold on, brother. Now let the sisters respond.
So what is your definition of faith?
Definition of faith, like I just told you again. Faith, first of all, faith is explained easily in Proverbs chapter 14, verse 15, where it clearly says that only the inexperienced put faith in every word, but it's the prudent man who looks at where they're going. Look it up. It's in the Bible. So only a fool believes everything they read.
Wait. This is what I'm going to need you to do, caller. This is what I'm going to need you to do. I'm going to need you to, hold on. I'm going to give him his instructions. This is what I'm going to need you to do, caller. Slow down.
I'm sorry.
I'm letting you ride. Slow down. Say that goddamn Bible verse again, because that was fire.
I want to say it again.
Say it again.
Proverbs chapter 14, verse 15 makes it clear that only the inexperienced have faith in every word, but it's the prudent man who looks at where they're going. Only a fool believes everything that is told to them. An intelligent person research to find out what is fact or fiction. That's in Proverbs chapter 14, verse 15. It's there.
Wow.
So that's what I think about faith.
Now, let the ladies respond. Mimi and then Carmen.
Okay, I just wanted to say, when I don't go to church all the time because I've been hurt in church. You know what I'm saying? I've said it on many other shows before. I've been beat up in churches. I mean, I've actually stepped away because of the hurt of churches. But I have a relationship. And in the relationship that I have, my prayer reaches heaven. It reaches somewhere because I see a move. So that's why I stand so strong on what I say. But do not get it wrong. I'm not saying every word out the pastor is true. I don't believe any word out of anybody is 100% true. So I can't go up into a church, and especially when some of the churches, they're out to get the women. Some of the pastors of the churches that I've been to, they've gotten with half the women of the church. They told women don't get with men because they were trying to monopolize the women. And then people would leave those churches once they saw these things were happening. And I saw it in a high magnitude. It hurt me badly. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I still know the blessings of when I believe in God and trust in certain things. But I love my black man, and I stand by him 1,000. You feel what I'm trying to say? And that's
Carmen?
Yeah, I really loved your response to my question, but you really didn't answer the question. Let me just tell you what the Bible verse that you addressed something, but faith is your ability to believe in something you cannot see. So
what makes you foolish?
That's what the definition. That's what my definition and my understanding of faith is.
According to the scripture,
so
that makes you inexperienced. This is not me saying that. You can go look it up. You can type. Everybody got access to the internet. Type it up right now. Look it up.
Okay, so let me do this. Caller, Carmen.
Yeah.
Let me just interject for a second because I have a little context to share. Faith is an English word. The Bible we read today, King James, 1611 AD, was translated in English from the Greek and Latin Vulgate. Okay?
Gotcha.
Faith in American speak English has become synonymous with the word believe. Most black Christians don't know what either of those words mean. We know the connotation of the word. We don't know the denotation of the word. In the book of James, what is faith without works? Y'all remember the book of James? Faith is dead.
It's dead.
Faith is dead, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, guess what the word faith means in the original language that scripture was written in, not English. It don't mean believe. You know what it means? The word is iman. This is where we get imani. This is where the Muslims get imam. Means fact beyond a doubt, comes out of Egypt. Amen. That's how we end our prayers with amen.
Right.
This can be trusted. Amen. You can only trust facts. You can only trust the truth. But somehow Christians turn faith into belief. Now, when you spell believe, you get B-E-L-I-E-V-E. You take B-E off the front and V-E off the end. You have L-I-E, lie. The root word of the word believe is be lie, which means the lie is a gift from me to you.
All right.
But we use these words as if we know what they mean, but we don't know. Words cast spells. That's why when you spell them, right. Do you understand?
Right.
That's why spelling is important, because you are casting a spell mentally, a gospel, a ghost spell, the Holy Ghost. Listen, if we want to get truthful about this shit here, if you don't know what the book is saying, how can you espouse to understand it spiritually?
It's pretty much, co-sign on the verse itself.
Now,
yes.
Now,
faith in their experience.
Now again, what is faith without works?
It's dead.
Now, you get different types of amen. You get amun, which is hidden. You get amen. First off, how come no Christian ever said, why we end our prayers with amen and that's an Egyptian God?
Exactly.
Why can't we just end the prayers with Jesus? In Jesus' name, it's over. No, in Jesus' name, amen. Why is amen at the end of the prayer? See what I'm saying? Let me tell y'all something about the power of this world. They know black women build universes based on how you think. So my job to keep control of y'all is to control what's in your consciousness.
Exactly.
I can't let you know what the fuck you really is, woman. You fuck around and cast my ass out of existence. Do you understand? That's why Jesus is chosen over the brother.
Exactly. And you see that.
But I think that my whole point is that everything is all about within reason. Just because someone believes doesn't mean that they're ignorant. If they see evidence of what they believe in,
right?
Well, that's a good point. Let me hit you with this and throw it back to you, Carmen. Hold on, Carmen. Hold on, caller. Hold on, caller. I'm gonna come back to you. Carmen just brought up another powerful word: ignorant. The root word of ignorant is ignore. And to ignore some shit is a conscious act.
Mm-hmm.
You can't blindly ignore. That's a contradiction. That's a logical contradiction.
Mm-hmm.
I am unaware while I'm ignoring. Ignoring is a conscious thing. Now that's why they have another word, which is dumb. I'm just dumb. I didn't know.
Right.
But ignorance, the root of it is ignore. That's a conscious choice. I choose not to accept this shit because it doesn't fit my narrative. Carmen, then caller.
And sometimes these, these get in the way of each other. And I think that that's what the caller's trying to say. I'll give you a perfect example. People, they pray to God that God would heal them. You know, there was an issue. There was a example of a sick child. Now, this may not be the exact story, but this is kind of how this happened. They had this sick child, and they brought this sick child to the altar, and they prayed over this sick child, and prayed that God would heal this child because that's what they believed, and did not give this child the necessary medical attention because God gonna heal this child. So they wasn't giving this baby this medicine, and they was just praying over it and praying over it. And the baby ultimately died. Wow. And the parents were charged because you neglected this child's health by praying to this God that he gonna, the same thing with this is you want to pray, you want to pray for a man, and you want to put everything in God to give you this, but you have to be realistic. That's the reason why I say I would choose the man, because I feel like, if you're being realistic with your faith and, with your connection with God, he's going to provide for you everything that you need, and you're going to have it all anyway. So
but that's kind of a double-edged thing. You still got God in it, though. If you
just because you choose just because you choose the man doesn't mean that you're never going to acknowledge a higher power, does it?
I can do that. So can I do? So we can do that. Oh, yes. I thought the question was black and white, like one or the other. It's not.
Let me give you this.
Okay, well, then I'm down with what she's talking about.
Yeah, because she said something very powerful.
Okay.
Sisters need to divorce themselves from European white power spiritual dogma, religious dogma.
Right.
That's what this conversation is about.
Right.
Most sisters are going to choose Jesus over their brother because Jesus is...
So with black men,
hear what I'm saying now. Hear me now. Hear me, Lord. Hear me, Lord.
Okay.
To most sisters, Jesus is realer than the brother.
Especially with the way you breaking it down. Do you want the man with money? What do we want in both? Y'all got us looking at a fairy tale. You mean to tell me there's some man out here that got everything that I want and need and desire? This is so hard for me to find. It feels like it's never going to happen. So let me just keep praying to God. But God cannot make you. Let me stop.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Caller, what's your final thought before I move on?
That's real.
Okay, first of all, I'd like to thank you for the information that you just put out. Appreciate that. My response to sisters is this. Okay, what I'm trying to say is that I have no problem with religion when it doesn't supersede your race. There's not a religion on the earth that would make me choose it over my woman. That's just nonsense. Okay, spirituality and religion is two different things. And that's the point that I'm trying to make here. And too many sisters in this country is choosing a code of conduct over their man. And we say one thing that you don't, and what you do is another thing. And this is a serious problem that is happening in the African-American community, where a lot of brothers are seeing the hustling and the nonsense that's going on in these churches, and sisters are still sitting here supporting it. This is the reason why R. Kelly was eating for so long, because black men say, I don't want to deal with this dude, and sisters say, yes, because I like the way his music is, I'm going to mess with him anyway. And a lot of guys submit to that. And a lot of men have to stop doing that.
Brevity.
Huh?
Brevity. I gave you a run, bro. You got to be concise. I'm going to give you 30 more seconds. Concise.
I appreciate it. Give me a chance, opportunity to go and speak. Thank you.
Thank you, good brother. I appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
And men was listening to R. Kelly, too.
So let me do this real
and
quick.
Was getting the girls for him and setting it all up.
Right.
Let me do this real quick. Y'all remember that sister who said, I am not a black woman.
Yes.
I am a Christian. Actress and evangelical dismisses race for her Jesus.
Well, that's
Actress
weird.
Priscilla Schreier, who is an African American, said she doesn't identify as a black woman. She only identifies as Christian.
She was light-skinned, I bet.
She choosing Jesus. No, the little chocolate sister. Right here.
That's
your skin color.
That's her. That show is.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you just tuned in.
Darker than me.
If you just tuned in to the Voice of Reason, I'm going to the phone lines right now. I need to hear from people who are choosing Jesus over black men. Is Jesus realer? When I say realer, I mean more substantive than black men. I need to hear from y'all.
Ain't nobody gonna call they at church.
The number to dial is 323-230-4610. Pickem, Jesus or the black man. Sister, if you had to give up one, which would it be, the black man or Jesus? How healthy is your relationship with your pastor? Does he have too much power over your intimate life? Is your relationship status based on your pastor's approval or disapproval?
Heck no.
There's a lot of people waiting on Jesus.
I have an amazing story to tell. This is a true story. I'm going to see if I can tell it really, really quick.
Let's see.
Really quickly. So this story is about my father and my stepmother, okay? So my father was divorced. His second marriage, he was married to a lady that he met in the church, and she kind of brought him to the church. They got married. She was an evil bitch, so they tried to go through counseling, and the bishop actually said that, yeah, it's okay for you to go ahead and leave her because this bitch crazy. So my father left her and continued to go to the church. Then, they got their divorce, and then he met another woman in the church. And this woman seemed to be, exactly what my father needed. She was nice. She could cook. They connected spiritually. They was everything. And, they wanted to live right, and so they went to the pastor and told the pastor that they were seeing each other and they loved each other and that they wanted to get married. And the pastor told them that, I cannot approve this marriage because you had already had a divorce. And technically speaking, that wife, that you had first, since y'all wasn't unequally yoked, and I can't approve this marriage.
What?
Yes, honey. So my father was like, well, me and, my wife, we on degree. So we going to find another church and someone else to marry. And the lady was like, no, I'm going to stick here with my pastor.
Oh, heck no.
And so to this day, she's single as hell. And my father moved on and found someone else that was like his soulmate. And, that's just an example of a woman picking the church over her man and picking the pastor over her man. And now she going to be living with a vibrator for the rest of her life because she won't let this old man dictate what she going to do in her bedroom. And the bishop died 2 days before my father got remarried.
Wow.
Hey.
I need to know if Jesus has taken over Cupid's job. Is Jesus a matchmaker, ladies and gentlemen? Is Jesus the one who is responsible for bringing you the man of your dreams? And do you think by going to church every Sunday and tithing that Jesus is going to bring you the eggplant of your choice? The number to dial is 323-230-4610. Who you choosing? Jesus or the black man? Caller, you're on the line. What's your name and where you calling from? Speak on it.
I'm online.
Yeah, you live, man.
Okay. I just wanted to go ahead and call in, get my opinions on a couple of things. First off, Zoe, man, I loved the show earlier. You were talking about that physics, man, and people really do need to get in tune about the vibrations and higher self you were talking about until you observe something. Life is all about perception. And right now, man, I can tell you this much. If you are a black man and you are not next to a black woman who looks at you as her Lord, and it's all over for you.
Right, right. That's real.
Speak on
the
it,
end
brother.
of it.
Yes, sir.
That's
Yes,
real.
sir.
That's real.
That's real. Shh.
That's
but
real.
do women agree with that? Ladies, I need you to call me right now. The number to dial is 323-230-4610. You're listening to the Voice of Reason on Dash Talk X. My man just said, if you not with a woman,
that's real.
who's
A black
sitting-
woman.
a black woman who is sitting next to you and looking at you through the eyes of lordship, she sees you as her Lord. You lose.
Real talk.
Call in, ladies. Do you agree with this? The number to dial is 323-230-4610. Caller, I appreciate the call. Thank you so much, bro.
No problem, man. Like I said, Zoe, man, keep doing your thing. Everything you've been talking about has been on point. Man, love you to death. Love the show. Love the ladies. Thank you for your opinions.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Wow. Caller. I guess you hung
Well,
up. That's
bye
fine.
then.
It's fine. It's fine. He can hang up. It's fine. Caller, you're on the air. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hey, peace, though. This Infinity from B-More.
Your name is not Infinity, nigga.
It's always Infinity, yo.
What the
Hilarious.
fuck? Yo, this is motherfucking Destiny from Baltimore. No, nigga.
Nah.
What did your mama name you?
Destiny.
Don't be giving us your real name. They might be listening. Go ahead, Infinity. I'm going to respect
Hey, yo,
it.
Hey, yo, I'm gonna let you meet my pops, and then y'all can talk about it.
That's right.
All right, so what's up, bro?
Let's go, family. Hey, peace. I just wanted to chime in. I listening to the show. I always listen to Mimi, and I feel where Mimi's coming from, and like anyone like her, like she basically, really, she's saying like she will always pick the black man, but like you know they're thinking it's a tough question, but it is a simple black and white question as you stated, Zoe. And the point is like black men are saying we should never be replaced, like with nothing. Like there is no Jesus without her. Jesus is a story, and our women have been sucked into believe into a story, and black men feel that they should be believing in us just as we believe in them. And the caller earlier stated something very, very heavy, which I say too, is like you would never hear a man say, I will replace a black woman with anything like that. There is no fallacy. Like that, that doesn't.
Wait, hold on, caller. Hold on, caller. You just hit up on some cold shit, caller. I want to hear from the men who would choose Jesus over the black woman. I want to hear from the men. The phone lines is open. The number to dial is 323-230-4610. I'm going to tell you right now, I would choose sisters over Jesus all day in America.
Every day.
Every
Don't even cross
day.
my mind.
It wouldn't even be a hesitation. What? Listen, brother. Here's your choice, brother. In my right hand, I got Jesus. In my left hand, I got sisters. You got to make a choice. I'm choosing sisters all day.
Sisters, do y'all hear that?
Wow. Call in, brothers. I want to hear not from the brothers who like me. I want to hear from the brothers who choosing Jesus over sisters. The number to dial is 323-230-4610.
I want to hear from the men who say they'll pick a white girl so I can send them some recipes.
Hilarious.
But that's not white Jesus, though. You're taking white man Jesus.
You're right.
Like, come on, yo. No,
Hey, caller, I appreciate it, man. Get your final thought in here, bro.
Yeah, I just want to tell you, sisters, we need y'all. We love you. There is no one above you. Please stop putting things above us so we can relate to each other. That's all.
Ooh, okay.
They put
You
their
said you was in Baltimore. Inbox me, bro.
they put their degrees over us. They put Jesus over us. They put their jobs over us.
A lot of hurt women out here.
I need to hear from women. I need to hear from women who are putting everything they got
These
under.
women will put they.
Hold on. I need to hear from women who will put everything they got under the black man. Callers, get on the phone. Call me right now. The number to dial is 323-230-4610. Carmen, you had a thought, and then Mimi.
I was just saying, a lot of these women, like you can't really tell them nothing. They put everything after the church. The church come first. They'll put the church before they put their own kids. They will fix their kids some hot dogs and run over and cook the church a big whole feast for the thing. You know what I'm saying? It's women that they don't know that's their way. You know. If you listen to some of these gospel songs, it tells you, long as I got King Jesus, long as I got King Jesus, long as I got him, I don't need nobody else. That's
wow.
These are the songs. These are what they sing.
That made me look like she sang that song before.
You know what? I ain't sang that one. I sang some songs, but that wasn't one of them.
You know, and like I said again, I don't want there to be a disconnect because I believe in a higher power. I believe, I have faith.
Let me ask you a question. What's your idea on, or your thoughts on, the Shroud of Turin? Real or fake?
I'm not familiar with the Shroud of Turin, honestly.
Are you familiar with the Shroud of Turin? Real or fake?
I'm gonna say it's somewhat man-made. You know what I'm saying? I feel like certain things have a man-made appeal to it, and I think that has a man-made appeal to it. I just can't see how they still. Yeah, I don't see how they still would even have that.
So let me go back and ask Mimi this then. Is there any evidence outside of some print on a book that proves the existence of Jesus the Christ?
Okay, so in answering that question, let me say this. I base my answer on my personal relationship. I don't base it on no books. I don't base it on what somebody else said, what they wrote about, what they said about. Everything I'm saying is from my personal experience, from a spiritual standpoint. So I'm going to say there's no evidence there. My only evidence for my answer is because of my spiritual relationship and what I've been through. I've been beaten. I've been kidnapped. I done had broken noses, baby, and didn't nobody come save me. A lot of these black brothers and sisters, everybody was scared that was around me because they see danger. People run from danger. Nobody runs up like, oh, I got you. I'm going to get this nigga for you, or whatever the case may be. A lot of people don't want you around because they are scared of the violence that surrounds you. So I said all that to say I went through a violent situation, and I only got out because I believed. And that was just a personal relationship. Had nothing to do with the church, because a lot of people in the church will let you down as well. I've been hurt by the church. I don't even belong to a church because of the hurt, but I do belong to a relationship.
Oh, I like that.
So you can't tell me this woman is sitting here.
I like that.
You cannot tell me that there's a problem with her faith. This is what she believes in. She knows that it's time.
That there was a problem.
No, I'm just saying that, the first caller was kind of acting like, oh, it's something wrong with y'all. Y'all want to do this. This woman, you have a relationship with God. There's been times that, I know I can feel, even though I haven't been in this specific, I can feel, I know that I feel in my spirit that God is real, that, you pray for something, you reach out. And so it's like, it's faith. It's, even though you cannot see it, touch it, feel it, you believe it, and you know it's there.
I'm with that. Let me get a caller in here right now.
I've been putting basements. Ain't nobody
caller. No, we can hear you, baby. Caller.
Yo, what up?
What's happening, man? You on the line? What's your name and where you calling from?
It's Jay from Dallas, man.
What's happening, man?
Nothing much, man. I'm gonna have to say Jesus, man. I know it's a different kind of, it's a different kind of perspective. But
you choosing Jesus, Jay from Dallas?
Hey, man, being born and raised in the Bible Belt, dog. It's all about Jesus. But honestly, I'm gonna just have to say that because, what I'm saying, it's good kind of going with the Creator over the created. God. Jesus is 1/3 of the Trinity. So if God created Jesus, God is responsible for all things. And in my opinion, I feel like,
So Jesus is 1/3 of all
the trilogy.
No,
the trilogy or the Trinity? Is this George Lucas? The Bible by George Lucas, the trilogy.
No, come on, man. Nah, but that's just my opinion, though. So I'm a big fan of the show. You and Mimi, y'all holding it down. But
thank you.
I'm gonna just have to say Jesus, though, man, because this is where I'm at with it. Because I figure God is the creator, woman is the created.
Let me ask you a question. When was the last time you had some pork?
Just like about an hour ago, bro.
Exactly.
On my wife. You know what I'm saying? And it was all good. You know what I'm saying? So, hey.
So let me ask you, are you in a relationship right now?
Yeah, I'm married.
Oh, great. Great.
What up?
So you feel...
Are you in a relationship right now?
No, I wasn't asking to try to get with you. I was just
It's
asking.
too late. He hollering.
No. I was just asking because I feel like, depending on where you're at, it's easy to say, oh, I choose Jesus because you already got your woman. So, a lot of people, if they're single and looking for someone and want to give people chances, they may, they may be leaning toward the other side more, but you already set up. So, I'm not saying that that's...
The thing is, my bad to cut you off.
No, you good.
The thing is this. I've had many women, you know what I'm saying, in and out of my life, some with good intentions, some with bad intentions, some just down for the play, whatever. But, in my opinion, God is pretty much the only thing that's been substantial. It's been there that I can kind of count on, that I can kind of rely on. And,
so
my faith is what kind of... Oh, go ahead, so.
No. You're making some very good points. It's just that the phone lines are blowing up so crazy, I got to move on. But you're making a great point. Jerry, I appreciate you for calling. Thank you for sharing your perspective. I'm going to answer some more of these calls. Thank you, brother.
Thank you, Jerry.
Yep.
Nah, he was good.
Yeah, that was good.
This is what you guys keep missing. Mimi said relationship, right? A relationship with God. Okay? Let's just understand. It's to recontextualize it, to make it make more sense. It's a relationship with the lower and the higher. Right? What we call God is higher. But it's ourselves that we're in relationship with.
Absolutely.
They took that out of the Bible. It used to be in the Bible. Gnosticism. The word Gnostic comes from the word gnosis. Gnosis means knowledge. The higher spiritual, esoteric knowledge was taken out of the Bible and created dualism. God is that. I'm this. And that creates the problem.
Mm-hmm.
So when Mimi says I have a relationship with God and it's spiritual and it's not religious, that's what she's saying. In the African tradition of Ifa, you have the Orisha. These are attributes of God. Ogun, the warrior attribute of God. Right? Shango, the regal, kingly attribute of God, right? Shango, the god of thunder. Wonder where that came from. Wonder where Thor came from. White people went and got Shango out of Africa and made Thor.
Got a whole long blonde head.
Thor produces,
blue eyes.
right? Thor produces our day Thursday. Thor's day, Thursday. All of our days come from the Nordics. Right? Moon Day, Monday, Twigs Day, Tuesday. These are all Nordic deities. You understand? Just like all of our calendars are Roman calendars. Name July for Julius Caesar. August, Augustus, his son, Caesar. Do you get what I'm saying? We don't really know. But when I say the Orisha, is no different than the Netaru, which is no different than the Elohim, right? These are attributes of God. But what is the most powerful God of all? The Ori. The Ori is a person's personal consciousness. I think that's what Jesus was saying. Oh, ye of little faith. If your punk ass could stop looking at me as the only motherfucker out here who could walk on water, you might have been able to take a few more steps, nigga. Now get your punk ass back in the boat.
But black women didn't want to get their hair wet no way. So
you know what? Right. Right.
So I'm coming back to you to say again, this isn't an attack on Christianity. This is saying, look at your spiritual prison and unlock the gate. Jesus ain't real. Your spirit that is connected to everything is. That's what got you through dark days.
But this is my whole thing. How can somebody be mad because if she want to believe
Nobody's
it
mad.
was Jesus? No, I'm not saying nobody. Well, we're not mad in this room, but there are people that are clearly mad and
Right.
upset. You know,
Mad that there's people in the chat room so mad about what God.
In general, people in general will be mad and you'll be ridiculed because you believe in that. And you know why? My thing is that all these people who mad on her thing and saying stuff. I want to ask y'all, why do you give a damn if this is what gets her through the day, gets her through the night, what she believes, and that don't have nothing to do with you. People kill me mad because what somebody else want to believe in.
Now, guess what we just did, Carmen?
What?
Radio 101.
You know what? Hilarious.
Let's not give these niggas any light.
You know what?
We just gave them an expose.
Oh, we just hooked them up,
We've
huh?
just revealed them. These niggas are stars now.
You know what?
Caller, you're on the line. What's your name and where you calling from? Speak on it. You choosing a black man or Jesus?
This is Brother Jarrell. I'm calling in from Indianapolis, man, by way of Dayton, Ohio. What's going on, good people?
What's happening, man?
What's going on?
Man, it's all of y'all, man. It's all of y'all. Just having, adult conversation. I'm appreciate y'all having it. I think where I'm lost at is at the end of the day, and this is no knock to whatever anybody believes in. That's your personal choice. But just as we can find the Titanic, we can't find Noah's Ark. Just like we can't find Jesus's where he's buried at, we do know that black people come from black moms and black dads. So for you to trade in what you come from,
wow,
to me, it doesn't even make sense. Like at the end of the day, like I barber, I wouldn't dare take advice from somebody who's a plumber on how to do a taper or a fade. Like some things just don't add up. 2 and 2 don't come to 7.
Wow.
You feel me? Like how could you trade in your mother or your father for something fictional?
Wow. That's heavy. Thank you for the call, man. I appreciate that.
Man, I appreciate you on the dialogue.
But you know what? When I love the way he put that, but I just want to say from my point of view, when you're giving this question, I mean, this is all like just a question. I mean, this is not real life, nothing going on. No one's standing here really having to give that answer. And the reason I say that is because I love my black brothers. I mean, I put my life on the line for some black men, okay? You can verifiable information. So I said all that to say I'm down like 4 flat tires, but at the end of the day, I know what's kept me when I was sick, when things went on with me, and maybe he didn't jump down because somebody said, oh, did he jump down and save you in the fight? No, but it gave me peace of mind. When you got the world against you and you got somebody trying to kill you, sock you up, shoot at you, scare your family, you need peace of mind because I could have killed myself. I could have been out of here. So I said all that to say it's about your mindset and believing.
Wow. Caller, you're on the line. What's your name and what you got to say? Jesus or the brothers? Caller? Sorry.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you if you stop yelling.
Oh, I'm sorry. You said it twice, so I spoke up.
Dana, stop yelling.
All right. I'll stop yelling.
Who you
Hello,
choosing?
everybody. Hi, Mimi. Hi, guest.
Hey,
Hi.
how you doing?
Mm-hmm.
I'm good. I would choose black men.
Why, Dana?
She said more than one. Did you say
Multiple.
men, plural?
I could barely. What are you saying?
I was just saying you said you would choose black men. I was just wondering if it was plural, if that's what you was into, more than one at a time,
I
or
mean, collectively,
okay.
my brothers is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay, my bad. Go ahead. That was me being nasty. Go ahead.
She's a comic.
That's okay. You can't be nastier than I am.
Hilarious.
All right, so go ahead, Dana. Tell us who you choosing. You choosing the brother, right?
I can't. Yeah, I'm choosing the brothers because I can't choose Jesus from a societal perspective because it's a white man.
Wow.
And it's just the image. I mean, what is really behind that image? And that image was given to us. I feel that we have collectively, as black people, in our belief in Jesus, has taken Jesus from like an oral tradition, from slavery. Like I won't attend a church with a white Jesus there. I'm not going to do it because I believe it's not real. And I am one of those people that believe that, the power that you seek is within you. You don't have to go outside of it for it. And I know that, I do believe there's a higher power. I don't believe that we just came here, unto ourselves. But I don't believe in society's Jesus. And I'll just give you a little tidbit from the new Roots. It was, I don't know, a few years ago, they came out with a new Roots. They hired all these non-descendant of slaves to play, you know, these pivotal roles. And they had a minister. His daughter was going to get married to, you know, one of the men. I think it was Chicken George and his wife. And he had a Bible, and he was like, but the good book says, and he was meeting Chicken George, and Chicken George was asking for his, you know, his daughter's hand in marriage. And he was like, but the good book says. And I was looking at him, and it came to me that slaves couldn't read. So how do you know what the good book says? And how do you know it's true? And how do you know it's a foundation to be built upon? They're just words. So that's my take on all of it.
Black Men for Dana. Dana, thank you for the call. We appreciate you always chiming in. Thank you, love. Wow. Caller, you're on the line. What's your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, my name is Chris. I'm calling from L.A.
Chris from L.A.
Hey,
What's the
Chris.
deal? Who you choosing?
What's up? First of all, man, I think it's kind of like an unfair question.
It is.
No, it's not.
And let me say this. Okay, so from my experience, when something goes wrong, you know, when you get into that situation, maybe when you're on your deathbed, who do you call on?
That's fear.
Most people call on God.
But that's fear.
Call it what you want to. When you have your family come pray for you, and the pastor, they praying for a reason. Okay. Now, I don't know who you pray to when something happened to you, but I'm saying from my personal experience, I call on God. So I kind of been through a little bit of everything, but what I know is that it always works out. So I keep my faith strong. So I say, no matter what it looks like, eventually it's going to work out, because I look at the track record. Every time I was worried about something, I just kept my faith strong and I got through it. So
wait a minute. Let me ask you a question.
Not have any fear.
Let me ask you a quick question. Did you hear my breakdown on the word faith?
I wasn't listening to the whole show, bro.
You did. You just jumped in. Okay, cool.
No. I'm jumping in from what I heard earlier. Yeah, you know, it's raining out here. I'm, running around.
No, I got you. Finish your thought, bro.
My point is this. Is that I believe I put God first. Okay, I love my sisters. I treat my women like queens. Best believe my woman get treated like a queen. Okay, so I put her first, and I trust in her. But I want her to have a relationship with God also. She might have her own story, just like I got my own story. I've been through it all, man, and I'm still standing here. I'm like, I believe in God. But, of course, I want my woman to put me first and treat me like a queen. You're goddamn right. And I treat her, it's equal, right? She has her own spiritual reason, or she got there from her own experiences. I got there from my own experiences. So I think it's like, yeah, the churches are crazy and they tripping. And I don't believe in none of that. I don't belong to a church, but I visit different churches. I can't paint the whole congregation with a wide brush either. Because you got some crazy fools in there, and then you got some people that really believe in God, and they testifying. So you got to have a testimony in order for you to really feel the way you feel. Like I got testimonies. So I believe what I believe, and I don't believe shit I don't believe nothing nobody tells me.
Yes, you do.
You know what I mean?
Yes, you do.
No.
You believe the pastor?
I find out for myself, bro.
You are speaking of pastor talking points, bullet points.
I'm speaking of my life, my personal experience,
sorry.
how I've gotten to where I am today. That's what I'm speaking of. I'm very clear about what I'm speaking about. Let me tell you something. If a pastor tells me something, I'm a good judge. Man, listen, I feel it in my soul when it's not the truth. You can't run no game on me and talk to me.
Okay, so let me ask you this question. Let me ask you this question.
Sure.
Did you hear my breakdown when I talked about how in all of the cultures, right?
Okay.
In all of the world, global culture, spirituality, right? Whether it's samadhi in Buddhism and Hinduism, nirvana, whether it's the Christ consciousness in Christianity, enlightenment, all of that in the Eastern philosophies, Ori, your consciousness in Yoruba, Ifa, right? All of this has to do with your spiritual consciousness. Even Jesus said, and let me finish, because I have to speak. Jesus speak. Even Jesus said in the Bible, remember when the motherfuckers came to Jesus in the book of John? This is nigga pastor version, so listen very carefully. When the niggas came to Jesus in chapter 10, Book of John. And they tried to stone Jesus. And Jesus said, what do you stone me for? Many great works I have done amongst you. Why would you try to stone me? What did he say? They said, because you claim to be God. Then Jesus referred them back to a book where the author Jesus descends from, David, the Psalms. He says, isn't it written in your law that I have said ye are gods? And if the word came from the Most High, how can the word be broken? Jesus was telling these people that they have God consciousness. Where you guys are getting confused, you took masses' belief system and concretized it and made it synonymous with your God consciousness.
But if this is what gets him through the night,
No,
then
no, no,
who
no.
cares?
Let me.
Hold on.
I hear you.
Hold on.
All those people.
Let me, bruh. I'm going to let you talk. You got to wait until I'm done. I'm going to throw it right back to you. Let me address Carmen. If this gets them through, yes, you don't bother them. That was a lesson I had to learn from my mother, right? Mm-hmm. I'm learning all this shit, all of this consciousness, all of this spirituality, and my natural inclination is to tell my mother about it. But that upset her. So spiritually, I had to evolve out of trying to teach her because what's for her is for her. But let's not make a justification. You want to know why black people ain't where they supposed to be? Because they don't have knowledge of self. White people took your belief system and made it evil, refreaked it, and gave you a diet version of it. They made your shit evil. I mean, evil. And now these white people in Africa learning your shit, doing what you did before a Jesus ever existed. Did you know the concept of Jesus was all throughout Africa before there was any such thing as a Christian?
Listen.
Hey, I'm not. Caller, I'm going to call her. I'm going to come to you, but if you interrupt me one more goddamn time, I'm going to hang up. Now, Jesus should have taught your punk ass patience in the Church of Zoe. So again, the ancient Egyptians had Heru, the ancient solar Messiah. The first time you hear of two gods fucking each other and one of them getting pregnant and having a Messiah baby is an Egyptian story. Osiris, Usir, Aset, right? Isis, them two get together. Isis is the first Mary. Oh, they had another one in Sumeria, right? And her name wasn't Isis in Sumeria. It was something else. But the baby was called Tammuz. This white Jesus, again, if your spirituality comes through the filter of your oppressor, not only am I going to make your gods white, I'm going to make the money white too. And you ain't found in money, wealth, or spirituality. But at the same time, I'm behind closed doors studying all your shit. So to respond to Carmen, why would you say anything? She's right. This ain't about telling people that they should be something other than they are. But ask yourself, why am I where I am?
Okay.
As a people, what you mean, okay, nigga? This ain't your show now. I done told you now. Hold on. I'm going to come to you. Why are we as a people where we are? And we've been here with Jesus. Caller, it's your turn.
Okay. Now, first of all, we all know the churches. We all know the church has a lot of problems. Okay, we all agree. My thing is this: I don't care about what the pastor's doing and everybody else is doing. I'm coming to get what feels good to my spirit and my soul. Every time I have an issue and I go here, I pray to God or whatever else. You know, if it works out, usually does, then that's what helps you keep your faith strong. You're like, okay, because you start building a testimony. Because best believe when you're on your deathbed, you're going to call on God. All right? But I'm saying all the people in the church ain't bad. We know what the preachers are doing. Some of the congregation is doing. I don't care about all that. I'm coming to get what I want to get. I know what the white people are doing. I know how they're oppressing the people. I know what they've done. I know the story. They stole. As a matter of fact, the Europeans took all the robbed all the pyramids and and all the museums are in Europe. Okay, we know what's going on. We know how they manipulated the black people. Now we talking about the black woman, right? We was talking about that woman. So let me get back to that. All black women that believe in God are not naive. It depends on the type of woman you're talking about. Some women will go in there. Oh Lord, I'm going to go pray to God. I got to go here and do this and that and that. Some of those women they walk around with blindfolds on. Okay, they don't know what the hell is going on. They believe every word the pastor says. Then you've got some women that go to church and say, I believe in God. I'm going by my own personal testimony. And so this is why I believe in God, because I kept my faith strong and it's got me thus far.
Mm-hmm.
That woman's going to be able to decipher between the bullshit and what's real.
Carmen has something to say to you right now. Hold on, caller.
You lost me at a point earlier when you were saying that you did your history and the white people took. What was you saying?
No, I'm saying I understand his point. I'm in agreement with him saying I know overall it would be like the society and what white folks have done to black people, and what you're saying is basically, they taught us they could take this book here, niggas, and read this, and everything gonna be all right. You know what I mean? While they, basically, you know what I'm saying? Like they got the jokes talking about hide it in the book, hide it from black folks or whatever. They gave us this religion, this white man's religion.
Because I thought you said they stole.
You did say they stole our shit.
I said they stole. The Europeans stole from the Egyptians. Stole from the pyramids, and I said.
So why are you following the European religion?
No, I'm telling you, I know about what you're talking about. What white folks are doing.
Then that makes you ignorant.
Hold on. The subject we were talking about was about the black woman believing Jesus over the man. I said it was an unfair question because you can call them whoever you want to call them, but most people believe in some God, right? You horning in on, you coming in on Jesus. You're talking about Jesus. Talking about black people. Okay,
ain't Jesus the problem? 85%.
I say the people are the problem because they believe. Listen, believe what you want to believe, but don't be no damn fool at the same time. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Well, thank you, brother. I appreciate the call. Good.
You know what I mean?
I appreciate it. We got to go. We got a lot of callers, man. Thank you for chiming in and being patient with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
He about to go to church right now and be like,
motherfuckers is crazy. Do y'all know that? Do y'all know motherfuckers is crazy? Motherfuckers is smooth lunatics running around this month. Let me tell you something.
He basically said, I know this shit ain't real, but I believe it.
Let me tell you something. This is why you hear clinicians, therapists, they'll be like, don't take some shit away from somebody unless you replace it with something of equal worth. See, you can't take somebody's belief away unless you give them a better belief. That's why with my mother, I was like, I can't keep saying this shit. This gonna fuck her up. Mm-hmm. The belief of Jesus is for her time. That's her era. And she fine with Jesus. I'm gonna let her be fine with Jesus. What we're talking about has nothing to do with the chicanery this nigga was talking about. That's right. The Europeans stole our belief system. I agree with you, Zoe. But you believe in Jesus? Look at the history. Where the fuck does the word come from? There were no J's in Hebrew. So how do we get the word Jesus? The root word of Jesus is sus. Suskrofa is Greek for pig. Jesus, the pig. I'm just. If you're ignorant, they don't. Listen, let me tell you why Jesus is so important. Your power is not in relationship with God. Your power is one with God. That is the biggest thing. I cannot let these people realize their inner God. Why? Because they can govern themselves then. Motherfucker reach a level of godhood. The Masons is trying to do it. You go to D.C. I forgot which building it is. But in one of those buildings, on the ceiling, there is a painting of George Washington as God. Because the Masons have the secrets, the esoteric knowledge that's in the Bible. There's a reason 85% of most pastors are Masons. I'm not finna share the info. I'm not finna share the secrets with these commoners. What does the word layman mean? It means not of the cloth. What does that mean? He's not a priest. He's not of the priesthood. He does not deserve the secret knowledge, the esoteric knowledge. In layman's term, let me speak in dumb speak. That's what layman means. In layman's terms, I mean peanut butter and jelly. Do you understand? Black women? You mean that black pussy that gave birth to the universe? I got to control what the fuck that thinks. Hell yeah, white Jesus is real. And I'm going to beat everybody's ass until motherfuckers say Toby. Do you understand? I can't let black pussy get back to black consciousness? The fuck? Listen, how else would $1, which is a piece of cotton fiber, be worth more than human lives? I got to flip everything inside out. I got to flip it all now. So now it makes sense, right? It makes sense. Oh, I'm going to choose Jesus. I'm going to choose God. Listen to this. Over a black man. Now go deeper. If you're God and the black man came from your womb, does that make him God too? He's your seed. He comes from you. He share your spirit. He share it all. And he's got his own. And he's connected to the source that create. Come on. So how you going to choose a story, a concept, a belief that white people put together to put the first slave ships was called the good ship Jesus? Caller, you're on the line. Caller, you're on the line. Caller. No, they're good.
Oh, they good.
Yeah, they're good.
Why they not on here?
All right, well, fuck them then. Caller, you're on the line.
Yeah, hello.
What's happening? Hello? Hello?
I was trying to get through, and I had like 2 questions for Joe.
Okay, you through. Ask.
You online, dog. You're live right now.
Let's do it.
My fault. Yeah, what's up? I had a question for Zoe. It's 2 questions I got. One, I'm rolling with the black man, like me personally, and everything, black people in general and everything. That's really not no question. The second thing I gotta say, the talk show you had earlier, the brunch show you had earlier, you were saying about I forgot. You were saying about work is like another way of saying worship or means worship.
That was from the other show, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're having a totally different topic here, man, and the phone lines is cracking, so I got to bounce.
All right, man. All right.
All right?
Thank you.
All right, bro. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Caller, you're on the line.
Yeah, so can you hear me?
I can hear you, and you're live.
Oh, great. Yeah, this is Dale calling from Bell Creek, Michigan. Yeah.
Hey, come on. What's
Okay,
up?
what up, Dale? Come through.
Yeah. Okay, great. Yeah, well, I'll tell you, I haven't made a full decision in regards to the God question, but I've definitely de-Jesus myself.
You'll do Jesus? You choose Jesus?
No, I de-Jesus. I got rid of that concept.
Oh, Jesus,
you're
like you degreased the carburetor.
Yeah.
Got it.
Exactly.
Okay, cool.
And it was a long time coming. And the thing about it is that the way that kind of came to that conclusion was kind of odd, because I went ahead and checked out a number of religions, but the one thing that gave me a little clarity was when I went ahead and checked out what the Scientologists was.
Is somebody in the background talking, or is your video still up? You can't listen to both.
Are you at work, baby? What's going on?
I'm not trying to listen to anything.
You
I
at
don't
work?
have anything on.
Are you at work? Is somebody around you talking?
What's going
No,
on?
sir.
All right, well, finish your
Okay.
thoughts so we can rush you off.
Okay. Well, the bottom line is that I de-Jesus myself. I'm just working on the God thing right now because I can't trust a source that came through Europe to go ahead and determine what my destiny is supposed to be.
All right, well, thank you for the call. We appreciate it.
All right, man. Keep on doing your thing, man. You're doing a great job. And being out here in the Midwest, out here in the hinterlands, hey, it's really a blessing to hear your program, and I watch it every week.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
Thanks.
All right, man. Good night.
You're listening to the Voice of Reason on Dash Talk X. Tonight's topic, it's a tough one. I asked the sisters, black women who make up 85% of America's black churches, if it came down to it, who would you choose? Jesus or the black man?
Mm-hmm.
Who would you choose? The black man. The black man is God, according to Elijah Muhammad, according to the Honorable Louis Farrakhan. The black man is God. According to a lot of white people, too, the black man is God. Is the black man God to most black women? Look at me. Mimi, don't just look away, baby. I love you.
I didn't look away like that. No. I was reading the screen. I wouldn't look at this like that. I was just thinking about your question, because I believe that black men are gods. But then, what kind of God are you acting like? You know what I'm saying? Are you the cheating God? Are you what kind of God? Because I think in relationships, I think
the cheating God.
Every black man don't deserve to be no God, is what you're saying, right?
I'm just saying. I'm saying life is a mirrored reflection. Of course, the people we date, of course, you're dating them because we talk about it all the time. It's a mirror reflection. But who are you dating? What person, what God are we talking about here? I mean, is this the God that takes your car to take Judy out, or is this a God that got your back one thou out? Because if that's the God, you down with him like 4 flat tires. It's all about the substance of a relationship, any relationship. Some people have great relationships with everyone, and some people do not. And I think that every relationship is different, but I do stand with my black men. I got to say that, because a lot of people thinking that I'm saying something about my black man when they know every show I'm down like 4 flat tires for my black brothers. But we talking about my spirituality here. See, I don't look at it as a Jesus question. I look at it as a spirituality question. And I got to keep it real, because I ain't somebody that's going to sit here and lie to me.
Here we go. Callers. You're on the line. What's your name and where you calling from? Who you choosing? Jesus or the black man?
Yo, Zoe, this is Trey from Atlanta. I'm gonna tell you the same thing I told you when I called your show before, when it relates to these topics, especially with black women. But to answer the question, I choose the black woman. But if we don't understand what white supremacy is and how it works, everything else we think we understand will only confuse us. Neely Fuller has told us that. People refuse to believe it. They refuse to pay attention to the definitions of the words and the explanations that you give, because people are not interested in the truth. Why believe the truth when the lie is more entertaining? So that's my piece. Y'all have a good night. Keep rolling.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So let me just give some context and some clarity here real quick. The Bible.
Okay.
We're not talking about the Nicene Council version, which is 365 AD, that was put together by Constantine. We're not talking about that. Okay? The Bible as it is currently constructed. You have a couple of councils where they put together this concept of Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Right? A lot of people said Mithra, Apollo, all these different, deities or beings that they say make up a composite of Jesus. You get people in my chat room who think I don't know that the Bible is an outgrowth of African spirituality, but I do know that. I do know that. Right? And it's not about saying, this person's right or wrong. What I'm saying is, when you let somebody take control over your culture, villainize it, and then feed it back to you in a whitewashed version. When I say Jesus, I'm talking about the whitewashed version of Jesus. Don't tell me you don't know about the whitewashed version of Jesus. So you have Rodrigo Borgia of the Borgia Pope dynasty, right? His son Cesare was commissioned to have himself and his sister painted as Jesus of Nazareth, and his sister Lucrezia as fucking Mother Mary. These are the modern day white pictures of Jesus that you see on the wall that Florida Evans got mad that JJ replaced with a picture of Ned DeWino.
Michael.
No, his mama got mad.
No, Michael replaced it.
Michael wanted to keep it.
Yeah.
But Florida was like, get that shit out of here. That ain't the Jesus I was raised on. I was raised on white Jesus.
Right.
I want to go back really quick to one thing that you asked, Zoe, you were asking is, our black man or a black man, our God. And just for me personally, the only black man in my life that has been equivalent to a God is probably my father. I'm a daddy's girl, and my father is everything that God is. Not everything that God is, but he's a provider, a protector, and
a waymaker.
Yeah, a waymaker, a teacher. So he is to me, the ultimate idol, the ultimate person that I would look up to. And so I think that a lot of women, who are looking for their man to be a God, they feel like a lot of these men out here don't really fit the bill. They're not really able to do that. So it kind of goes back to what we were just saying earlier about a lot of them are going to the church, and to this white Jesus because they have no one that's doing it, in real life. So they go to
can
this
she actually see what a man is capable of if she's looking at him through the eyes of spiritual and social white supremacy?
Can she see what a man is capable of if she's looking at him through those eyes?
No.
I mean, if she's looking at him through those eyes.
If she's looking at him through spiritual and social white supremacy.
Well, of course not. But everybody don't see that. I don't believe that God is a white man.
Me neither. He's a brother.
I don't believe that if you look at, there's so many contradictions. We go back to this Bible. We go back to it, and there's so many different contradictions, and there's so many different interpretations of it. And you read in one area that he had wool, hair like wool and skin, and it doesn't really describe a Caucasian man or a white man.
Book of Revelations, yes.
So, it's all up to the person and how they interpret it and what they believe. And that's what it pretty much all boils down to, I think.
All right. Caller, you're on the line. No, you're not. Caller, you're on the line. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Nicolette Page, and I'm
Nicolette,
calling
you
from
gotta
Kansas.
Nicolette, you gotta turn your video down in the background, okay?
Yeah, I got you. My bad. So what I was gonna say is, so I choose the black man, definitely. And another thing I'm gonna say is, for me, I can tell you if God is a man or a woman. I don't put God in a box like that. But what I do know is that, or what I believe is that God is within all living things. You see, I don't know if God has control over everything or if not. But I do believe that if you call upon that God energy, that you can use it to help you get a desired outcome that you want in your life.
Yes.
So now when it comes to Jesus, see, I went through a phase where I didn't believe in Jesus for the longest time, but it's because of what I was taught in church, right? Mm-hmm. But once I started using my own thoughts and started asking questions within myself, I came to believe that Jesus is was one of the most well-known medicine men, right? That's how I see Jesus. I see him as a medicine man, and I don't believe that Jesus is a white man. Mm-hmm. You know, but I definitely believe that, that he was like a medicine man, you know, and that he just knew a lot of the secrets of the earth, how to use the herbs, how to tap into that God energy to help heal and guide people. That's what I think.
All right. Well, we
Nicolette,
appreciate the
I
call.
appreciate that.
I like that. That
yes.
was good.
Yes, come on.
Right,
Thank
that's
you.
right. Come on now.
See, ain't nobody trying to beat up your belief. I'm just saying. Filters change what you see.
Yeah.
See, Jesus as a black man means what? What does it mean? What would that look like?
It will look like the picture that JJ painted in the good times.
Shoot, and they treated him like he was a black man. They beat
like
him.
it.
They
There we
tortured
go.
him.
They talked about
They
him.
talked
They
about
lied
him.
on
They
him.
treated him very badly, just like they do the black man.
He had to be black.
That's what I said. He got treated. Listen, he got treated like we do. They pulled him over for no reason. You been praying, boy? Get on over here. He been treated just like us. Jesus is black.
Do you know how many names they had to change in the Bible in order for the Jesus they were talking about to stand out? Jesus is a common name, right? It's a common name. It's not Jesus, it's Yahshua, right? And Yahshua is a shortened version of Yehoshua. Yehoshua gives us the English word Joshua. Jeshu, Yashu, O Savior, right? Yah, O Shua, Savior, is short for Yehoshua. Now, there's a whole lot of niggas in the Bible named Yehoshua, right? And Yeshua. So you know what they had to do? They changed everybody's name. This is what they did in the English version. They changed everybody's name that would have come into the English translation as Jesus to Joshua, so they can delineate who they were talking about. How can you believe in a spiritual practice that's had the hands of political corruption on it? That's all. They took away your ability to question. When you question, you create. When you question, you engage your intellect. They tried to make you think that intellect is not spirituality. Intellect is one of the highest forms of spirituality. It allows you to look into the infinite unknown and then try to make sense of it, and then try to create a model out of it. We got to take that power away. We need perpetual followers. And who do we go after first? The most powerful human on planet Earth. Women. All right. Callers, you're on the line.
So, what up? What up? What's good?
What's happening, Mike?
Oh man, nothing much. I'm just I'm just listening to y'all go in, and I want to say first and foremost, peace to everybody on the show. Peace and love, everybody.
Hey.
And I want to go in on this topic because I feel like black women are the biggest proprietors of the Jesus narrative. They feel like that's kind of like the ultimate, the ultimate man. So it's like if the man that they don't see, lines up with that, then they kind of like play him short, or they kind of like, put him off or use him, or, just they don't treat him right. But to further that example, somebody with like the lowest understanding of the Bible knows that, Jesus, he was crucified, so they say, and, all of this stuff. But it's
There's
like,
no evidence anywhere.
Thank you.
None. There's big-ass pyramids in Egypt, Mexico, Asia. There's that go back 10, 20, 30, 40, 50,000 years. There's no evidence of a dude 2,000 years ago.
So they found Lucy, the oldest possible skeleton that they found, radiocarbon dated and all of that, and dated it to some millions of years. You found that. But you couldn't find a guy who was so highly revered by his people, and he told his people he was coming back, and I'm going to do this for y'all, and I'm going to do that for y'all. And they put a big-ass rock in front of this nigga's, his casket. Somehow the big-ass rock is gone. He gone. There ain't nothing but some little pieces of toilet paper left, and they say that's the evidence.
You talking about the Shroud of Turin. Yeah, it's already been proven fake. But that don't stop people from going there.
It don't stop them from believing it. It don't stop them from...
Let me tell you something.
Some people want something believing.
Thank you, brother, for the call. I appreciate it, good brother. Thank you so much.
I love y'all. I appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you. Love y'all.
Can I tell you something? Can I tell you something? I need y'all to hear something right now. Did you know that a lie can heal you? If you believe in it strong enough?
Yeah. I mean, if you believe, I know people that believe they own lies so much to the point where they don't know the truth.
Right. Everything they think is what it is.
A lie can heal. It's called a placebo.
I'll do that.
It's called a placebo. I'm going to give these motherfuckers a sugar pill and tell them this is a new experimental cancer drug. It's the most powerful, the most potent, and you're the only one getting it.
Right.
You're getting the closest thing we have to a super magical bullet. Now, I don't want you to take too much of this because it's beyond powerful. A placebo can heal. I'm just telling you what my faith is. I got a relationship with Jesus and it's spiritual. Fuck what everybody else is. That's the placebo. That's your power. That's you. That's what the African would call your ori. Okay. Caller, you're on the line.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm here.
You're live on the air. Are you ready?
I'm ready. This is James from Dallas, and again, thank you all. Hello, ladies. How are you?
Hello. Hey. How are you?
Good. Well, I wanted to chime in. Per the Bible, you can't serve two masters, right? So when black women, and I believe you said this, though, I believe I got this from you, when black women give the white man his God back, then they will get their men back.
Okay.
No real man wants to be told what to do, how to do, when to do it. When you revere someone outside of yourself more than you do the man that physically provides for you, then you're going to have problems.
Wow. I appreciate the call. Thank you, man. Thank you so much for that insight. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow.
What if he ain't providing?
Let's go into that. Because provision comes in many shapes and forms. I've often said that if Jesus was here on planet Earth today and walked amongst us right now in the same way that he did 2,000 years ago, if that's true, because I don't believe it, but if it is true, and he walked amongst us today, he'd be treated like a bum. Jesus wasn't a baller.
No, he was a carpenter.
He would. And when do you see him building shit in the books? You don't even talk about that. He would be considered a bum. Did Jesus talk about having his own place? So again, when you talk about provision, what was the provision that Jesus provided in your scripture? That motherfucker dropped jewels in that book about spirituality. If you line up the sayings of Jesus with the sayings of Buddha, they're damn near identical. Jewels.
Oh, my 21-year-old son was trying to explain this to me. How it's the same thing, mama.
Do you see? He was dropping jewels. Can I tell you, spiritual jewels have the least amount of value today than it has ever had because of materialism, because of going to get that bag?
A spiritual jewel, how can you measure the value of a spiritual jewel? If I give her a spiritual jewel and she uses this jewel, to keep her going and is able to feel better about herself. And if you give her this fake pill and she's able to take this fake pill and be healed, then how is that bad? How is the spiritual jewel not valuable?
But that's my point. What I'm saying is, in today's society, nigga, if you're not talking about no bread, if you're not helping me advance, do you understand what I'm saying? A lot of times the spiritual jewel gets overlooked because the motherfucker who is supposed to be receiving it doesn't have the capacity to understand its infinite value. This is why you hear in the Bible, don't throw pearls to swine. Because the swine is not going to recognize it as a precious metal or something valuable, Mimi.
Oh, I was just going to say, when it comes to dropping jewels, I agree with you, but then there's always, some banal, and the reason I say that is if you go to, let's just say you go somewhere, some people believe in getting words from pastors, prophets, some people go to soothsayers, some people go to psychics. I'm using those examples to say people like getting words from people, and when they get a word from the person, they seem to put them on some sort of pedestal. Not that they're acting like they're God, but they feel like because there is some intelligence in their word,
that's right,
they actually put those people on a pedestal whether they're broke or not,
and
because
they pay them
because they feel as if this person has knowledge that they're willing to pay for. So
these palm readers out here in LA getting it
right. You know what I'm saying?
No, Mimi is 100% right.
Because I know some pastors, like I said, I used to go to a lot of churches back in the day. I really don't anymore because of hurts. But I know pastors that didn't have anything. And I seen people they were broke. And they would give in their brokenness to this person because a word was given. Now, who knows if the word was even a word that they could stand on. But because they felt like it was a word that could be stood on, they gave money.
Right. Let's get this last caller in here. Caller, you're on the line. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hi, my name's Kenny from Baltimore.
Hey, that phone line is terrible, brother. I need you to clear it up a little bit.
All right.
Hello, caller? And he's gone. All right, salam alaikum. Caller, you're on the line. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Yes, this is from Sacramento.
What's up, brother? How you doing?
I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well. I would like to make, a quick little comment and share with Zoe. I met Zoe a couple of times in Sacramento, and I've been on a show twice before. And I would like to make a quick comment about the Jesus.
About who?
Jesus.
This is Zoe Williams show, right?
Yeah, you want to make a quick comment about what again, brother?
I would just wanted to join the conversation.
Oh, man, you called at the end of the show. We only got 30 seconds to get up out of here, brother.
Oh, okay, maybe next time.
That's all right, brother, but I love when you call in. Next time, man, call us a little bit earlier. We'll get you on, okay?
I appreciate that, brother.
All right, fam.
Thank you.
Caller, thank you, guys. Thank you. We appreciate all the callers for calling in. Where are you going to be Saturday?
Yeah, I'll be at the Punchline in Sacramento Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yes?
Okay.
Nice. You about to make some bread. Yes. What's those dates again?
The 18th, 19th, and 20th.
Where can they buy tickets?
Punchline.com.
Awesome.
Punchline.com.
Awesome. Mimi, keeping it real with Mimi on Thursdays, Accelerated Radio, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. It's a real situation. Talk to him, Mimi.
Yeah, don't miss the show, acceleratedраdio.net. Every Thursday, man, we out there clowning. Don't miss the show. I love you. Deuces.
Let me just say this. We don't have all the answers. We just love starting the conversation. We should have this conversation. I choose black women over any religious anything. I choose black women over it. I hope black women choose me. Shit. I appreciate everybody for calling in, chiming in. Everybody in the chat room, thank you so much. Don't forget, go to Amazon.com and order the Audible version of the Relationship Dismount, How to Stick the Landing When Exiting a Toxic Relationship, as well as going to my website, IamZoWilliams.com, and pre-ordering your copy of the Holographic Relationship, due out February 2019. Go to my website, IamZoWilliams.com. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. Thank you so much. I'm Zoe Williams, and we out. Deuces.
Deuces. Oh, my goodness.
This was wonderful, wasn't it?
It's great.
Yeah, I loved it. All right, YouTube fam. I love y'all. Thank y'all for chiming in. Y'all got to support more, man. Y'all got to hit that like button. Y'all got to hit that share button. Y'all got to hit that super chat button. But it's all good. Again, don't forget to get the Relationship Dismount, How to Stick the Landing When Exiting a Toxic Relationship. You gotta get the Audible version. It's out right now. I want to keep it as the #1 book in divorce right now. Go get your Audible copy now. Also, the Relationship or the Holographic Relationship. Go to my website, IamZoWilliams.com. Click shop, then books. Pre-order your copy now. It's coming out next month, February. Please, please, please support. I appreciate everybody. I'm out.